from Autoglass America. I want to talk about setting up the equalizer to get the most use out of it. There's a few things that you need to understand. This is the blade that actually cuts the glass out, and as you can see, this side is serrated, and they don't all come serrated. Some of them just come with a sharp edge like a knife. This is serrated. This is a really sharp blade. As you can see, I've been cut right there by that blade. And what happens is, you can see this side is flat, and typically the blade will follow the flat side. In other words, when you're cutting, it's always going to follow that flat side. If you flipped it over or cutting like this, it would tend to wander away from whatever it is you're cutting out. So that's kind of an advantage. You need to know this. If you have the flat side to the glass, it'll just cut the glass clean away from the urethane. If you put the flat side down or away from the glass, it'll cut the urethane away from the body. Why is this important? If you can cut the urethane away from the body and stay away from the edge of the glass, you have a much better chance of saving the glass. You have a much better chance of not doing damage to the moldings. That's the way I prefer to use the tool. Equalizer recommends that you cut off of the glass. I recommend that you cut off the body. You'll get a better job. I want to show you a few things on the equalizer. This is a equalizer case here, and this is the deluxe kit. And the deluxe kit comes with the handle, safety glasses, a user video. It comes with a 4-inch blade. This is the short 4-inch blade here. That's for getting into real close quarters on quarter panels and stuff. This is the long blade when you got a big long dash like on some of the vans. Extra long blade. And then the standard kit comes with the 8-inch blade and sheath as you see here. And it can be adjusted. This is where you do your setup. And we can set our blade depth to how deep we're going to plunge into the material. This is how you prevent from doing damage to the pinch weld or having the blade come past and cutting the paint off of the top of the car or scratching it real bad. This adjustment can be very, very important. In some of the installation videos, you can actually hear me hitting the pinch weld. And there's kind of a real good feel once you get used to using this a couple times, where you can get this set to where you're comfortable and cut the glass out. So you just need to be aware that this is adjustable, and you can set blade depth. That is what I would consider too much blade depth in most cases. Right about there for maximum depth, and then it'll bounce in and out. Inside of here, there's an Allen screw right here that allows me to loosen this up and turn this blade over and get it the direction that I want it. This blade currently is facing down, so it's cutting urethane off of the pinch weld. This is also set up for a right-hander. You can turn this all over and set it up for a left-hander, so it'll work left or right-handed. That pretty much covers the equalizer. I'm going to take this glass out of this pickup truck and show you the difference between cutting off of the pinch weld and cutting off of the glass. And then I'm also going to use the Chicago Pneumatic Air Knife, and you'll notice that this blade is flat on this side and curved on this side. So the conventional wisdom is to cut the glass off of the urethane. I like to cut them off the body because I can save the glass. With this tool, you can get it into the pinch weld, and you can twist it and tilt it down, which I'll show you, and you can cut right off of the pinch weld. This is a very nice tool for doing the back glasses. Alright, I'm going to show you how to use the Chicago Pneumatic Air Knife, and I'm going to cut the glass away from the urethane, and then I'm going to cut the urethane away from the body, and I'll show you in the video. You can kind of watch and see how I'm tilting the blade. And I'm going to move this seat forward to get started, and I'm going to start in the bottom. You get it right up next to the glass and pull the trigger. This is noisy. You can see I'm right up against the glass, and it's actually loose already. You can see it moving, and I'm cutting the glass right off of the urethane. It makes me uncomfortable because I have no intentions of breaking this window. So now I'm going to curve the blade, and I'm going to start cutting the urethane off the body. And you'll see me twist and guide the blade into the urethane. against one of the pinch welds, so it's kind of giving me a hard time here, and I can see the pinch weld right there, so I got to guide around it.
You need to be careful with that seat. You're hitting the fucking camera.